Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, are you hearing my voice?
Yes, sir.
So today we have to see the overview of all civilizations what we discussed so far, because we have one more civilization to be discussed. That is ancient Rome civilization, ancient Roman civilization. Okay, so it be discussed in the next class. And before going to the Roman civilization, and I have to recap the points what we discussed in the last classes and what we discussed in the all early civilizations what we discussed so far. Okay, so far we covered nearly 4 to 5 civilizations. One is the Mesopotamia, ancient China, Indus Valley civilization, ancient Egypt, and ancient Greece. Like that. Okay, so nearly 5 civilizations we discussed so far. And once we have to recap the points, we have to recap the things what we discussed in the last classes and uh, the things which belongs to all these civilizations. Okay, so before going to my uh, lecture today, I have to share my screen. I have to share a small documentary like picture today, and then I'll go to those over general description over all the civilizations again. Are you getting?
Yes, sir. వస్తుంది.
Uh, okay, students, some technical problem arise, so unable to play my documentary. Okay, so anyhow, uh, we'll go with the general description over the overall civilizations and Students, just I tried to give you a certain uh, overall general description over this, but due to certain technical problems, the whole documentary is not opening, which is repeatedly coming about the Macedonian thing. So, okay. So anyhow, um, among all the civilizations, world civilizations, every civilization has its unique feature, and all civilization has a similar things also. Okay, so I will give you overview, and with my um, with my um, screen, and okay, right? Are you getting my screen?
వస్తుంది సార్.
Yeah, right. So every civilization, we had certain concepts like geography and geographical location and various source to know, and we have to see the society, basically how the society and how the structure of the society at that time, and in the structure of the society have any divisions in the low or high, and how the society is the egalitarian or not. Okay, so likewise, we have different concepts to know about, and what type of economy they followed, basically. Basically, they depend on agriculture, or they followed any non-agricultural economy, particularly which they depend on the trade and commerce. And every civilization had their own political conditions and their own cultural aspects and their own particular religious things. And every civilization contributed a lot in the field of scientific and also technological fields. Okay, so likewise, every civilization in the world provides at least certain useful things to the modern world at present. Okay, so and just a second, please.
సార్ మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి సార్.
సార్ మీ
Okay.
వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు సార్.
Okay, okay, right. Is it okay now?
ఇప్పుడు ఓకే సార్.
Okay, right.
Yes,
Where,
sir.
yeah, where a civilization which is like a complex society, and that creates certain agricultural surpluses, allowing for specialized labor, social hierarchy, and the establishment of various cities and towns. Okay. So, where such developments, such as writing, complex religious systems, and monumental architecture and centralized political power have been such as a suggested identifying markers of every civilization. Okay, so when we see the changes which taken place in every civilization, and it may be various changes or certain modification may taken place in each and every civilization. Okay, so when we see these changes, we can say that did people institute these practices because they were beneficial, or were they forced on them? And when you see certain debate on certain questions, trying to determine whether the civilization was a bottom up or top down development. Okay, so it is most likely it was a bit of both. Okay, so some people think civilization is an advanced stage in the progress of human cultural evolution. And but when the historians or certain archaeologists or anthropologists use the term civilization, and they mean a society has many different and interconnected parts. Okay, so rather than thinking about different forms of social organizations as completely separate models, it's helpful to think in terms of spectrum of certain complexity. Okay, so on one hand, we have hunter and gather societies, and which have little complexity, and on the other hand, we have civilizations which are highly complex, and in between a wide variety of social structures of varying types and levels of this complexity. Okay, so when you see the first civilizations which appeared in major river valleys. Okay, you are observing on the screen certain world civilizations which we already covered these things. Okay, so where the Mesopotamia civilization, where it arose in between the Euphrates and Tigris rivers, and the Indus Valley civilization, where which is basically flourished on the banks of river Indus, and where the banks of river Huangbo, Yangtze, ancient Chinese civilization has emerged. Okay, so likewise on the banks of river Nile, Egypt civilization has emerged. Okay, so likewise each and every civilization which arise on certain platforms where they will get sufficient water supply, and sufficient food grains, and the areas, the territories which is suitable for growing these food grains, are the territories which are suitable for growing of the food material for their own animals, domestic animals, which have their association with them for a long years. Okay, so such things which is basically depends on the flourishing of these civilizations. Okay, so where basically the first civilizations were appeared in major river valleys where the floodplains contained rich soil and rivers provided irrigation for crops and means of transportation. And foundational civilizations developed urbanization and complexity without outside influence and without building on a pre-existing civilization, though they did not allow develop to simultaneously. Okay, so many later civilizations either borrowed elements of building on or incorporated through the conquest from the other civilizations likewise. Okay, so and because these the foundational civilizations arose independently, they are particularly useful to historians and archaeologists who want to understand how civilization was first developed. Okay, so geography alone cannot explain the rise of the first civilizations or the process of agricultural intensification had been going on for the thousand of years before the first the civilizations are appeared. And it is the important to remember that while agricultural surplus were necessary for civilization, their existence in a given place did not guarantee that a civilization would develop. Okay, so as civilizations grew, they required increased intensification of agriculture to maintain themselves. Okay, so we see what do civilization have in the common phenomenon. Okay, so cities were at the center of all civilizations. Uh, Center of all civilizations. People from surrounding areas came to cities to live, work, and trade. And this means that large populations of individuals who did not know each other lived and interacted with one and another. Okay, so shared institutions such as the government, the religion, and language helped create a sense of unity and also led to more specialized roles such as the bureaucrats and priests and scribes, which you see in the each and every civilization. Okay, so where the cities, which is concentrated political, religious, and social institutions that were previously spread across many smaller and separate communities, which contributed to the development of states. And a state is an organized community that lives under a single single political structure. Okay, so many civilizations either grew alongside a state or included several states. Okay, so such civilization where the Indus Valley civilization, uh, you didn't find such a concept of the city state, but many other civilizations like ancient Rome or Greece, where you find a concept of city states. It's a combination of certain city states. Okay, so every city state had its own government, whether they followed monarchical form of government, whether they followed the republic form of government or democratic form of government. But you find the number of city states within a complex a complex civilization. Okay, so but like the Indian or Indus Valley civilization or Chinese civilization, you didn't find such differential or the complexities in particular political structure, but you find a decentralized civilization. Okay, so there is one unique civilization at a center, and the center which controls all the provincial governments in this Indus Valley and Chinese civilization. But in such civilizations like the Rome and Greece, you didn't find such unified or a central administrative structure, which is a combination of various provincial governments. Okay, so such differences you will find in these civilizations also. Okay, so and political the political structures which that states provides were an important factor in the rise of civilizations, because they made it possible to mobilize large amounts of sources and labor, and also tie larger communities together by connecting them under a common political system. Okay, so when you see every civilization were often unified, which were unified by religion, a system of beliefs, system of beliefs and behaviors behaviors that deal with the meaning of existence uh, as more and more people share the same set of beliefs and practices, and people who did not know each other could find common ground and build mutual trust, basically. Okay, so where this and this yeah, it was a typical our politics and religion to be strongly connected. In some cases, political leaders in the sense certain politically which you find personalities also acted as a religious leaders. Okay, so such things we see in such civilizations like the Mesopotamia, where the priest king was supposed to be the head of the state in the Mesopotamian civilization. Okay, so likewise, the polity and religion is somewhat interlinked in many civilization. Okay, so when you see as a example of China and Egypt, uh, those the political structure are the bureaucracy of this civilization, which is include of certain priestly class. Okay, so in the ancient Egyptians, you find certain wazir, a class bureaucrat, a section of the bureaucrats like the wazir, Amon, who were a priestly class, who maybe acted as the advisors of particular rulers. Okay, so in the same way, in the Chinese civilization also, the ancient Chinese civilization also, there is a bureaucratic class which is confined of this priestly class. Okay, say as a advisors, right? So where the polity and religion are religious organization which help to create and reinforce social hierarchies, which are clear distinction in status between individual people and between different groups. Okay, so political leaders could make decisions that impacted entire societies, such as whether to go to war or uh, our religious leaders gain special status since they alone could communicate between a society and its god and gods. Okay, so and there are other things in addition to these leaders. There were also artisans who provided goods and services and merchants who engaged in trade of these goods, and there were also lower classes and laborers, uh, lower classes laborers who perform less specialized work, and in some cases there were certain sections like the slaves. Okay, so all of these classes added to the complexity and economic production of a city. Okay, so and apart from this, there is there is writing emerged in many early civilizations as a way to keep records and better manage complex institutions. Okay, so cuneiform writing in early Mesopotamia was first used to keep track of economic exchanges. Okay, so and like such, every civilization had its own script and a form of writing where certainly class were followed, like the scribes where they followed, and certain priestly class they followed this form of writing. Okay, so and apart from these, we have certain other things where particularly there another notable feature of many civilizations was the monumental architecture, and this type of architecture was often created a political reasons, religious purposes, or for the public good. Okay, so the pyramids of Egypt, for example, were monuments to deceased rulers, and the ziggurats of Mesopotamia and the pyramids of early other civilizations were platforms for the temples. Okay, so defensive walls and chivalrous system like a drainage system, which provided defense and sanitation, which is although a few examples of monumental architecture from pre-agricultural societies exist, the greater organization and resources that came with civilization made it much easier to build large structures. Okay, so there were many features that early civilizations had in common, and uh, where most civilization developed from agrarian communities that provided enough food to support cities. Cities intensified social hierarchies based on gender, wealth, and division of labor, and some developed states and armies which could only be maintained through the certain taxes and cess. Okay, so civilization is a concept for many reasons, and for one thing, it can be difficult to define what counts as civilization and what does not. Okay, so since export don't all agree which conditions make up a civilization. Okay, so for example, living in a valleys, river Nile Valley in the Africa achieved agriculture surplus, urbanization, and some specialization of labor, but they never developed strong social hierarchies. Okay, so political structures are right, written language. So scholars disagree on whether to classify it as a civilization, and also due to extensive cultural exchange and diffusion of technology, it can be difficult to draw a line where one civilization ends and another will begin. Okay, so such things we have to discuss in all our all our early civilizations, and apart from that. We also discussed various things like their scientific contributions and art and architectural contributions, and and finally such civilization has continued and such civilization also which declined due to certain reasons. Okay, so these are the things we discussed in the last class, and there are many things also to be discussed regarding these civilizations, and one more civilizations to be covered is nothing but the ancient Roman civilization. We will discuss these in the further classes. Okay, so students, this is end of my class today, and regarding the today's class, you have any clarifications or doubts? Now you are welcome to ask. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any clarification?
సరే అండి, హ్యాంగింగ్ గార్డెన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి సార్?
హ్యాంగింగ్ గార్డెన్స్ అంటే ఎన్ని
అంటే
రోజులు?
ఇందాక చూపించిన సార్
అవును, అది ఎన్ని రోజులు అయింది మనం చెప్పుకొని?
ఏమో సార్, నేను వినలేదు అది.
వినలేదంటే ఏమన్నా సరదాగా ఉన్నదా? చెప్పండి. వినలేదంటే ఎట్లా? ఏమన్నా ఇది మూవీ?
అంటే అది
మూవీ అదేమన్నా? ఆల్రెడీ మనం దాని గురించి చెప్పుకున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏదో రీక్యాప్ చేసిన పాయింట్స్ అన్ని, ఏదో టైం దొరికింది కదా. సో ఇప్పుడు నీకు ఆ డౌట్ వస్తుంది, ఇన్ని రోజులు ఏం చేసినావు, ఏం చేస్తున్నావు అంటే మాకు టైం పాస్ కావడానికి. వెయిట్ చేయండి, టైం పాస్ కావడానికి ఏమన్నా క్లాసులు చెప్తున్నావా?
కాదు సార్, ఒక పర్టికులర్ది అంత ఐడియా రాలేదు సార్.
ఐడియా రాలేదంటే ఆల్రెడీ మనం మెస్టోమియా సివిలైజేషన్ కంప్లీట్ చేసుకొని నెల పైన క్లాస్ చెప్పుకునేటప్పుడు చెప్పాను. ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పిన క్లాస్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి రికార్డెడ్ ఈ వీడియోని కూడా మీకు పోస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం. అంటే మీకు అట్లీస్ట్ ఆ రికార్డెడ్ వీడియో చూసుకునే అంత టైం కూడా మీకు దొరకట్లేదు.
చూస్తున్నాం సార్, నేను మిస్ అయినా చూస్తూనే ఉన్నా, కానీ అది ఇది ఒక్కటి చూడలేదు సార్, అందుకనే అడిగిన.
అవునా, రైట్. సో మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? అట్లీస్ట్ మీరు నోరు ఇప్పాలి, అర్థమైందా? ఇట్లా మళ్ళీ సంవత్సరం తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఇలాంటి డౌట్లు రావద్దు. ఓకే, సో మీకు ఇంటర్నల్ కూడా ఒకటి ఉన్నది, అర్థమైందా? ఫస్ట్ ఇంటర్నల్ ఎప్పుడు ఉన్నది? జూలై 2nd. సో అట్లీస్ట్ మీరు కనీసం ఇంటర్నల్కి సంబంధించినటువంటి డౌట్స్ కూడా మీరు అడగట్లేదు. గ్రూప్ అనేది ఒకటి ఉన్నది. ఓకే, సో మీరు ఫ్రెండ్స్ని అడగాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఎవ్రీ డే వీఆర్ కాంటాక్టింగ్ యూ. ఓకే, ప్రతిరోజు మేము క్లాసులు తీసుకుంటున్నాం, క్లాసుల్లో అడుగుతున్నాం మీకు ఏం కావాలి, ఏమన్నా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా చెప్పండి అని. ప్రతి ఒక్క టీచరు కూడా మీకు ఆల్రెడీ డైలీ మీ కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉంటుంది. సో నిన్న ఒక అతను చెప్తున్నాడు అనమాట, సార్ మా ఫ్రెండ్స్ అందరూ నన్ను అడుగుతున్నారు ఆన్లైన్ సంబంధించినటువంటి ఎగ్జామ్స్కి సంబంధించి డౌట్స్. ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఎందుకు అడగాలి, టీచర్స్ మాట్లాడుతున్నారు కదా రోజు. ఓకే, సో ఇది ఏదైతే హ్యాంగింగ్ గార్డెన్స్ గురించి అడిగావు కదా, సో అది ఏదైతే భూమి కంటే కొంత ఎత్తులో ఏదైతే నెబుకడ్నెజర్ యొక్క వాళ్ళ మిస్సెస్ అడుగుతుందన్నమాట, వాళ్ళ రాణి. సో దీనికి సంబంధించి అంటే దుమ్ము ధూళి లేనటువంటి ఒక వాతావరణం క్రియేట్ చేయమంటే భూమి నుంచి కొంత ఎత్తులో ఏదైతే ఒక హ్యాంగింగ్ గార్డెన్స్, భూమి నుంచి ఏదైతే వేర్లు ఉండేలాగా పెద్ద పెద్ద చెట్లుని, అట్లనే ఏదైతే భూమి నుంచి వాటర్ని తీసుకెళ్లే కొన్ని మోడర్న్ టెక్నిక్స్తో వాటర్ ఫెసిలిటీస్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేసి సో పైన కొంత ఎత్తులో ఆ గార్డెన్ని ఏర్పాటు చేశారు. ఓకే, సో అది హ్యాంగింగ్ గార్డెన్. అది ఏదైతే